And here we go. Haven't used my little trademark saying in a while, so thought I'd better include it in this one. So here we go. We're gonna go check out an old abandoned car. So I kind of researched this location on the net. I didn't find it myself. I researched some different things. And apparently there's a very old 1940s Stylemaster sedan back here along this old, this is actually a township road, it's just not winter maintained. But you see that some people have been driving quads and side-by-sides on it and that kind of thing. And I think people do walk down it and stuff. There's lots of dog tracks around stuff. So I think there's some skis here as well. Somebody goes cross-country ski. But yeah, so down this road, like I said, there's apparently an old 1940s abandoned car. There's also a mine back here as well. So I may try to find that if I can. I don't know how far of a walk it is. I may have been able to drive my vehicle back here. I have four-wheel drive, but I didn't want to risk it, so I'm on foot. And yeah, nice winter day. Is kind of a warning of freezing rain, but I do have an umbrella with me so I can cover the camera and stuff if I have to. So yeah, we'll go see what we can find. I don't know how far back this car is, so I may put the camera away for a little bit and come back to you in a little bit when I find it. We'll walk for a little bit here. It's a nice trail. So we got some signs here. I love my old signs and stuff. So it looks like it's a conservation signs actually. Looks like there used to be a gate. So it is, oh, okay. So it's a conservation area. I didn't even know that. Kind of interesting. Ah, cool. So it's an actual trail. That part I didn't know. That's kind of neat. That almost looks like a... Maybe not. I thought that was a marker stone. Sometimes they used to have, along some of the roads, they used to have old stones to mark the mileage. Even back in the horse and buggy days, I think they had those, like a mile marker, but I don't think that was one. Yeah, very nice spot. Summertime, you can drive a vehicle down here. I've seen pictures of this road. It is navigable by a car. If you can even take a light car down here, it's not too bad in the summer. It's a fairly well sort of maintained road. But in wintertime, they obviously don't plow it or anything. Yeah, it's really nice. Maybe we'll keep it rolling, just for you guys that might enjoy watching a nice walk through the woods. I know some subscribers and viewers of my channel have mentioned they kind of enjoy watching my videos because they're no longer able to get out and do this kind of thing because, you know, health issues and that kind of thing have kind of slowed them down. They can't get out as they used to, so it's kind of nice. I'm glad that people made those comments. I'm glad it kind of helps. Yeah, really nice forest. It's one thing I love about living in Canada. We have some of the most beautiful forests. Is that another little car sitting over there? It almost looks like one. Huh. No, just a fallen tree with some snow on it. Yeah, maybe not. We have to go check that out on the way back. We'll stay on target for the car we do know about, but we might go back over and see what that is on the way back. The one we're looking for is apparently not far off this trail. It's very visible. I'm not sure how far back it is. Well, I'll truck along here for a bit and see if we can find it. I do have it marked on GPS, so. Alright, so there's a fork in the trail. So that's part I don't know. So maybe what I'll do here at this point, guys, I'll put you away and I'll figure out where the car is and I'll bring us back when we get to the car. I'll see you in a little bit. Hopefully. My record button would activate here. Huh. So kind of a funny little thing. I put the camera away, you know, put the gimbal and everything away, put it all in my pockets, saying, you know, guys, we'll be back in a little bit when we find the car. I walk around a corner and over a little hill, and there's the car. So I didn't have too far to go actually to find it. I thought it'd be a little further back, but unfortunately the freezing rain has started, but I was wise and brought an umbrella, as you can see, so that's not going to slow me down. I just don't want to get my camera and my gimbal wet, so, or my phone. I shouldn't say camera, it's just using my cell phone. So yeah, here we are. That looks really cool. The snow on it and everything. Yeah, I think the snow kind of adds some atmosphere to it. As you can see, it's just kind of down an this old trail. So I don't know any history on the car. When I was doing my research, there was some suggestion that it might be related to the mine that's further down this road. That maybe the people that were doing the mining owned this car and kind of dumped it here. I'm not sure. Looks like there might have been like a little road right here to right where it's parked. May have been stolen too and dumped back in here. That it's not an uncommon thing to happen. Yeah, it's really cool looking. Got some of the old chrome there showing up. It's all full of leaves. It's really cool. So apparently this is a 1947 Stylemaster sedan, is what the other folks that researched this vehicle that I found it through thought it was, or said it was. So I don't know. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm not a car expert, so I'm just going by what information I researched. But yeah, it's still pretty nice. It's always nice to see when the front's all intact and the engine block's still there, which is kind of nice. That's usually the first thing to go. So that's cool. Yeah. Got a nice old drum brake. Hopefully it's not as dark looking as it does on my camera right now. Oh. Seats are all still in there. Nice thing about this being where it is, hasn't been vandalized. Even you can see the old, sorry guys, I'll straighten up a little bit. The old door handle's still intact over there for the, window handle's still intact over there for the roll-up windows in the back of it. It has a ton of snowfalls. Yeah. Look at the handle. Don't see door handles like that in cars anymore. Wait for the snow to fall. Yeah. The dash is pretty much intact. So it was a Chev. I'll go around the other side, and so I guess a Stylemaster sedan was a Chevrolet. Because I can see it says Chevrolet right on the dash there, and they got the little Chevy bow tie logo. 3 in the tree transmission. Yeah, I can see that would be the actual transmission there coming down the column. Yeah, see it going right down into the engine. I think those were a 3-speed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, be a little different style of driving. You got 3 door handles over there. It's like one's a door handle, one's for the glass, and one's for the little side window there, the little triangle window. Lots of snow falling over my equipment. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's got one shotgun blast there in it, or 22. It's been shot a few times with small 22. It looks like maybe a shotgun. Other than that, it's not really vandalized. It's pretty intact. Just watching as I back up here. Yeah. Little swamp down there, a swale hole. Yeah, there's the front there. Sorry, guy. Hopefully the lighting's okay. Like I said, I've got an umbrella over my head right now. I was kind of anticipating that it was going to rain. Chrome's really stood up to the test of time. There's the old engine block. It's pretty cool. Like I said, that's amazing the engine's still here, because that's usually the first thing that goes when these cars are dumped in the woods like that. Somebody comes along, takes the motor. It's still there. The hood's gone, which is kind of odd. Someone may have taken that to make like a table out of it. I know there's people that do that kind of thing. They'll take like an old car hood and take it home and make it into like a decoration. See if I can clean some of the front off here for us without damaging the car too much. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'll just see if we can clear some snow away. So I point you guys into nowhere. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Again, I came to this location in the wintertime. I thought the snow would add some atmosphere, and plus, kind of off topic, but the ticks in Ontario were extremely bad this year. Me and my wife tried to do some exploring in the spring, and we literally got coated in ticks, so we just gave up. It was really bad. You couldn't step off a trail or off a road without having ticks on you. And even public health was warning people about how bad they were this year. So we kind of, with some of the things that were going on, being busy and stuff, we kind of forgoed exploring most of this summer. We just couldn't get out. And yeah, so unfortunately I didn't get much summer footage. Yeah, I cleaned some of the snow off it. That's really nice. Man. It's even still got like the old logo on it. Yeah. It's really intact, to be honest. I know some people looking at this probably think, oh, well, it's just an old scrap car, but like even just the housing for the lighting's still there, and most of the chrome elements, like a lot of this stuff is pilfered. People come and they just strip the car for parts, either to restore something or just to make a cool decoration of some kind. So it's kind of nice to see a car like this just out in the woods. It's fairly intact. Hasn't been touched. Yeah. They don't make them like that anymore. And the thing I always get over, or can't get over, is the size of the cars. Like, I don't know as we as humans have gotten bigger, or maybe it's just the evolution of cars, they've gotten bigger, but the older cars are so much smaller than what we drive now. Like when you look at a car like this, you think like 4 or 5 people might have rode in this. Like, there's not a lot of space in them. But, yeah. Yeah, it's a really nice old car. So that is, looks like a flat 6. Now spark plugs in it. I'm thinking that's what that is. I'm not a super motor expert. I know a little bit. I do my own car work and stuff, but identifying a motor like that by what I see, sometimes I'm not that good at it, but I'm thinking that's a flathead 6. It's pretty amazing the spark plugs are all still there. Yeah. Probably one of you guys can put in the comments, identify what size of motor that is for the car bus. I'm thinking it's either a V6 or a flat 6. I think it's a flat. I think the cars back then, I don't think they were, but I'm just guessing. Like I said, I'm not an expert. Don't quote me on anything. You're probably better looking at the comments. Probably somebody out there would know exactly what size of motor this car had, and the horsepower and everything. So, yeah, even the paint. The paint's still on the door. That's amazing. This is you can tell this is the non-weather side because like all the paint's still here. Wow, I'm really impressed. It's like a sort of an old flat green. That's cool, man. This thing's really untouched. There's the old door handle, even the key. The little key cover's still intact. That's awesome. Old drum brakes again there. You can see there's a good shot of what the old drum brakes look like there. That one's exposed. You can see the pads would have been there on top of the rotors there. Or not rotors, the shoeing. The pads are gone, but the plates are still there for them. Like I said, I'm not a car expert, guys. I'm not trying to make out like I am. There's probably somebody far more smarter than I am. They can identify everything and put it in the comments. And A little bit of cars, but not a whole lot. Now, I'm going to try to do this without getting my camera wet. Take the umbrella away for a second. Try not to, I don't want to break anything in the car. Yeah, there, I can get right inside. Nice close-up shot of the dash. Yeah. Ah, it's beautiful. It's pretty cool. It's all still intact for the most part. That's where your tack would have been. That's the gear shift. Like, would have been standard. There's the pedals down there, the clutch and the brake. Gas pedals missing. But yeah, this is if you look, pretty sure right there, that little button, that's your headlights. That would be your headlights there. Actually, no, that might be the starter. I'm sorry, that could be the starter. I know in some of the more modern cars, that was your headlights. You can switch from high beam to low beam, but I think that's actually the starter down on the floor. I don't know if these old cars, there's a keyhole there. I think that could be a keyhole. But I'm not 100% sure if these cars had keys at this time. But I know a lot of them, the starter was down on the floor. It was just a button, you got in, you pushed your foot down on it, and she fired up. Yeah, that's cool that the logos are still here. It looks like an old radio with the old chrome. Probably was a little radio in it, maybe. But yeah. Like I said, there's somebody who knows a lot more than me. Feel free to put stuff in the comments and correct me. I'm cool with that. I don't mind you guys correcting me. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just going by the little I know. But yeah. It's cool, everything's still here. Somebody stuffed a beer can over there, unfortunately. Yeah. Back of it. Back seat. Mostly metal though. No real wood. This was kind of past the part of the wood beating cars. Looked like it might have just been like a bland canvas seating in it. Yeah, it's a beautiful little car. I don't know if it it's got like a little dome light up there. That's really nice. It's nice to see it's really intact for the year. I guess I had one of my other videos I just did of some other cars. Here in Canada, find old cars like this is kind of rare out in the woods. Like, you do find them, but like I said, a lot of times they get stripped. People come take parts off and there's not much left in them. Or they've rusted away to nothing because, you know, the salt up here eats the cars to pieces. So it's always nice when you find one that's really intact like this. Yeah. Pretty nice car. At one time. Well, it still is, but obviously not much left of it. But yeah, the paint's still starting to rain again. Paint's still all on it. That's awesome. Yeah. The old trunk. Could be over in the woods, I'm not sure. I didn't see, when I researched it, I didn't see any parts laying over in the woods, so I'm thinking maybe people came and scavenged the trunk. Maybe the windows as well. Maybe somebody came and scavenged those way back when, you know, back in the 40s and 50s when these cars were still on the road. So we maybe came and took parts off of it, a little bit that was useful, and just left the rest of the car here. Yeah, I'll go nice and slow so you guys can, car buffs out there, if you really want to look at it, try to show everything here I can. That's an odd place for the exhaust right there. I think that's the exhaust. Could be for the fuel too as well. I'm not sure. It's that's maybe actually for the gas tank, but kind of an odd spot for it back behind the wheel. Yeah. Like I said, you can see by the size of it, the cars weren't very big back then. Not much room in it. Like there's my foot for, you know, some size comparison. I'm not a big guy. I'm only a size 9. But, you know, imagine if you were a 6-foot person. There wouldn't be a lot of room in this car. Or you put like 4 or 5 people all squaz in here. Rain stop for a minute. Here, I'll do another interior shot so you guys can kind of drink her in. Any of the car buffs out there that really want to look at it. Unfortunately, there's no manufacturer's plate. There probably is one somewhere on it. Maybe covered in the snow, or I just can't see it. There's a door frame. Usually there's one on the frame, but maybe not in this year car. I'm not sure. Check up by the block. Sometimes it's up near the engine. I don't see anything on the door frame. Yeah, you can really see the paint on it. That's what's wild. I can't get over that. Like, it's a green, eh? It's still not very often you see an old car like that with the paint still intact. It's really impressive. Sometimes there's a plate inside the engine compartment, but the snow is kind of a blessing and a curse because, you know, it makes it really picturesque, but then it covers everything up. And I don't want to go too crazy in covering stuff because I don't want to wreck anything or do something to the vehicle to damage it. And nothing there, just the latch for the, might sometimes thought maybe it might be there by the latch, but yeah, back up here a little bit and get a nice shot from this side, guys, and you can kind of look at it. Looks like something out of a Christmas calendar. This car could tell stories. It's probably been sitting here longer than it was ever on the road. Again, not a car expert, but I know a lot of these old cars, after about 60,000 kilometers, the O-rings would burn out of them. And they would start leaking oil and stuff. So they had a bit of maintenance issues. So a lot of these old cars, that's why they weren't on the road long. They got scrapped pretty quick because they'd have, you know, mechanical problems with them, and the people that had them either couldn't afford to fix them, or it was just cheaper to go out and get another car. Yeah. Nice little side shot of the engine block. I thought there'd be a plate, might be here somewhere, but I'm not seeing anything. So this might be maybe they didn't put plates, or somebody maybe took the plate off of it, maybe. Especially if it was stolen and dumped here, it may have been an attempt to remove any identity off the car. You see, it looks like there was like a little bit of a road right there. That's probably where they drove it in right there. Drove it up here and just stopped right there, and it never moved again. So the little road kind of curves around and goes back out onto the main trail right there. pretty nice. Oh, here comes the rain again. Sorry, I'm just gonna grab my umbrella, guys, because it's starting to rain again. Kind of a long one, just for a little small, you know, just for one vehicle, but you guys would really like enjoy seeing the old car. Yeah. Tell this is the weather side. The paint's all a lot more faded. Nice chrome along the door there. Let's see if I can put the umbrella for a second. Don't fall over, umbrella. There we go. There's a bit of chrome. It's a nice chrome trim around the doors. Through the mirror. No, oh sorry, not the mirror. There's the little triangle side window there. Looks like the mirrors are gone off of it. Probably, like I said, probably stripped. This model car probably only had one. I think a lot of the old cars only had one on the driver's side. Being that it had chrome on it, I'm thinking this was probably a higher end model. This was probably the flashier model. Had chrome on it, and with the dash the way it looks. It was probably a fancier car back in the day, sort of the high end. More shot here, guys, just for car lovers. Try to turn my phone here so you can see a little better. Well, to you guys that are still here watching, I really appreciate you guys watching. I don't say that very often in my videos, so I put it more in the comments or respond to people, but appreciate you guys watching and, you know, listen to me ramble on about stuff in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I'm here by myself, but it kind of feels like I have you guys to talk to, so it's kind of not so lonely. It's kind of fun, actually, but yeah, I appreciate everybody watching, and yeah, I'll try to keep finding stuff, and my videos this year might be a little slower coming out. Like I said, we've kind of had some setbacks, and they're starting to get better now. We've just had to purchase a new vehicle, or one of our cars died, and we had some employment issues. My wife had a hard time finding a job with things the way they are in Canada. It's the economy's kind of slow right now, so yeah, we had some setbacks. And like I said, the ticks were horrendous this summer. Horrendous. Like, anybody that goes hiking or camping, you guys, you know, here in Ontario, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It was really bad this year. Like I said, you couldn't step off the trail or off the road and you'd have ticks all over you. And I'm not talking like one or two. You'd have like a good clump of them, like 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, we had a bunch climbing on us. So yeah, they were really bad this year. Which is weird, because when I was a kid, there was places I used to go that never ever worried about the word tick. And I was in the bush, I was in old buildings and old dumps, and I never worried about ticks as a kid. And now they're a real problem. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll put you away for a bit, and there's a mine back here, so I'm gonna go check out and see if I can find it, and see if there's anything worth shooting. If there is, I might just put a little, if it's just small, I'll just attach a little bit on the end here, and or if it's worth doing its whole own video, I'll make a little video of it. So I'll see you in a little bit, or I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.